All right, all right, all right. This is part two to the podcast episode. What the F does it mean to find ourselves? A journey of remembrance. And so I got cut off at the end because your girl was going in, but I was talking about just when we put into practice shifting fear into faith or having loss and going through what we're going through and then shifting it into lessons, having obstacles thrown at us and going, you know what, I'm going to hanker down. I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to grow. I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to build the skill of patience. I'm going to look at this as an opportunity to build the skill of adaptability. And this is the mindset that we help our clients take a lot of the times, right? Because it's like, oh my God, I just have so much going on. I can't do anything and I can't take care of myself. It's like, girl, you came to me because you didn't want to live that life anymore. So let me offer you a perspective shift. What if we actually looked at this as an opportunity instead of being so rigid and feeling like things need to be this way or no way? What if we actually looked at this as an opportunity to be adaptable to your situations and to your environment and find creative solutions? Let's do that together. And this is what I do in my everyday life, guys. And I mean, it's gotten me pretty far, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like my life is a testament to, shifting fear into faith, breaking generational curses, breaking out of like, I guess what people say is like the matrix, right? Like the regular programmings that the things that we're conditioned to believe, the way that we're conditioned to think about things and go about things. I've broken out of that system and I put into practice the law of attraction and prioritizing my spirituality and my energy. And I can do a whole podcast on the law of attraction because it's not like this woo woo thing. It's actually very scientific. But it is a very beautiful process. And so I honestly really would love to talk a little bit more about that, especially because I had, uh, I will give y'all some tea later. But I'll say that for another day. But um, I keep getting off track. Fuck. But I was talking about when we learn to shift, you will receive little nudges, little signs and confirmations from the universe, from your spirit guides, that you are on the right track and that you are supported. Like you just will. And some may call it a coincidence, or you'll just be like, oh, that's a coincidence. It happens all the time. But I believe that's just our inner skeptic and our ego's way of just keeping us again, what? Safe, familiar. Our ego's afraid of anything that feels unfamiliar. It seems like a threat to our beliefs, right? And so it's like, I don't know. I just saw 444 three times in a row. I'm probably just looking for it. Like, no, like the universe is sending you signs through synchronicities that you are on the right track and that you are being supported. And how beautiful is that to know? How beautiful is that to know that you're being supported? And so that is what keeps me a lot of the times and a lot of our clients going is those little nudges, those little signs that you're on the right track, right? And so that's what I call when God winks at you. And I love it. I love it because it means you're on the right track. And if you feel like, oh my God, I'm not seeing signs, like you probably just need to connect a little bit more with your intuition. And ways you can do that is through prayer, meditation, taking more slow time for yourself, and again, being the observer of your mind. So actually being like, damn, like I'm curious about the thoughts that I keep thinking. These thoughts are not serving me. What would be more helpful thoughts? And then repeating those helpful thoughts on a daily basis, affirmations. I don't think y'all understand. I'm not just some hippie. Like, actually, I am a hippie, but also I need a constant reminder. I play affirmations every other day. I am always prioritizing time to slow down. And if I find myself slipping back, I know it's because there's something that I'm avoiding and there's something that I'm trying to escape from. And I just need to go 3, 2, 1, put everything down and like force myself to connect with myself because it's just going to spiral from there. And so becoming self-aware is your superpower. And it can feel scary sometimes, but like bro, like, what's the alternative? Like, live a life of unfulfillment and feeling like there's always something off or not right, and just no, no, we're past that point. And especially if you made it this far in this podcast, we're past this point, and this resonated enough to you to take some physical action after this. So, with that being said, my loves, I want to wrap up the episode here. If you're really liking this conversation, I'm going to give you some books that you guys can read. I have been super into reading books, podcasts, audiobooks. Honestly, since I can remember, I've just always been that type of person that like is always seeking wisdom, always seeking knowledge, always seeking, if I feel a certain type of way, I'll Google it. Like, why am I feeling insecure about this? Google. And I'm like, just using it as kind of like guidance. That's kind of what my relationship with like my oracle cards and the card pulling is. It's a great way to connect with your intuition. And I could do a whole, I'll do that with the law of attraction episode. Uh, just kind of busting myths, because I feel like there's so many misconceptions and fears and triggers around these ways of practicing your spirituality or whatever. And it's honestly very discriminatory in my opinion. And even if you look at the history of like why you feel triggered or scared, a lot of it has to do with discrimination. And so what every religion, spirituality, whatever the fuck, has a dark side to it, and it's just the duality of life. Nothing in life doesn't have a con or something that comes with it, right? And so I would love to do a conversation, an open conversation to that on anybody who's interested. And if you're like, girl, no, I'm just not ready for that conversation, that's okay. I still love you. And I know you still love me, and that's what's cool. So um I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. If this really resonated with you, some books you can listen to is The Universe Has Your Back. You can listen to it on audiobook. I recommend just like the regular book, but it's up to you. I personally just shoot for like 5 to 10 pages a night, and that really allows me to just finish books consistently. And I don't force myself to like get through books. Like if I get through halfway and it's just like it sucks, I'm just like, I'm not going to force myself. I'll find a new one. And then maybe I'll get back to that book. So The Universe Has Your Back. It transformed fear into faith. That book is freaking amazing, and it really has helped me a lot. Another good book is The Alchemist, is a really great book as well. Very basic, kind of those first books that you're told. And that's the only 2 books I would really. Oh, Everything is Figure Outable is a really good book too, because I think a lot of times we look at problems in our life and we're like, there's no solution. There's no solution whatsoever. That's actually not true. So super cool, guys. I'm going to wrap up the podcast episode here. I would love to hear your feedback. If anything resonated, any takeaways, if anything resonated with you. And again, thanks for being here. I really, really do appreciate you just taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I think that's pretty cool. And again, if you guys were feeling that call for the 8-week challenge, or you're like, I don't know, I'm on the verge. Really, what that means is that you do really want to do it, but something's getting in the way, some fear, something's holding you back. But honestly, girl, this is probably the lowest risk, lowest commitment thing you could probably do, because it's just going to be a vibe, and it'll be a great way to get results, to feel better in your skin, and just be around like-minded women. So again, you can enroll, link in description or link in bio my Instagram. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye.